Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Uh, you guys give me 1 minute. Let me check something on the class, and then we'll begin right away.
All right.
All right, let's start. This week we will go into the new chapter. We'll begin a new chapter. That's the best way to say it. And that chapter is on how to display descriptive statistics. So before we start, I want to show you my announcement so you can see what is due this week. Um, if you look at the announcement for week 3, this is week 3. As a matter of, last week was actually week 2 because we didn't have a class on week 1. So, but last week was first time we have a class, even though it is week 2. So this is the class now here. I hope you can see the screen. So we start with chapter 2 this week, which is mainly on displaying descriptive statistics. And the assignment we have is two and only two, classwork 2, and then homework 2. You can have access to the homework by going to this Access Pearson and going to their. I explained last week how you can put your access code to gain access to those homework assignments. I can also go from here, models. I recommend going through models. Just go to models, scroll down to to this model 2. You can see this homework here, click on it, and then it will take you right there. But classwork is here. Um, yep, it's here. So you can take care of the classwork as soon as we finish the for today. Um, Having said that, I think we're ready to start. So uh, last week I explained that what we do in statistics is to collect data and analyze data and then interpret data. But before you can analyze data, you have to present it in a form that can be easy to analyze. We do that using tables and charts. So we start with tables. Start with what we call a frequency table, a frequency distribution table. Now, a frequency distribution table simply means a table that shows classes and their corresponding frequencies. Um, so it shows the classes or the class intervals of the data entries and the count of number of entries in each class. So the classes or their intervals together with their corresponding frequencies. Now we have two types. There's one we call the categorical frequency distribution, and then we have the grouped frequency distribution. We use both of them depending on the type of data and the amount of data you have. In categorical distribution, we organize data into categories or distinct groups, and the frequency of or count of each category is also presented. Normally, we use that type for nominal data that involve names, things like color, gender, categories, and type of cars, and so on and so forth. But I'll call it brand of car. Now look at this first question. Usually we use a simple question, a sample when we teach it in the class. But in the real life, we are dealing with a large amount of data. That is why after showing you this simple example, I'm still going to show you what to do when the data size is large. So it says here 25 army inductees were given a blood test to determine their blood type, the dataset is listed as follows here. Now, this is an example of categorical. You can see that it has to do with nominal data. The nominal data in this case is blood group. So the question says here, it says construct a frequency distribution to present this data, then interpret your results. Construct a frequency distribution to present this data, and then interpret your results. So the first thing is to put it in table form. See, these are the blood group, and they say it belongs to 25 AMA inductees. So you make it in form of a table in this form, and make it a little bit bigger. This 18. Okay. Now, blood group A, B, O, and AB. So for A, how many of them, how many people in that group? You can get that by counting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 of them, put the 5 right there. Okay. Next, we group B. You go up and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You put 7 right here. O. How many in group O? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For AB, have how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Make count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put 4 right there. So you can add them up. 5 plus 7 is 5 plus 7 is 12. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 12 give you 25. Am I right or wrong? Okay, so, yep. This is 12 plus 9, 21, plus 4, 25. So good. Now you can get the percent. Percent, of course, this is the formula for finding the percent. You divide by total and multiply by 100. For example, the first one, group A, group A, how many of them? You have 5 of them. So 5 out of 25 times 100. 5 out of 25 times 100. And that will give you the group, the percent for that group. Excuse me, let me get something from here. That will give you the percent for that group. And we put it in there. Okay. Let me retrieve some information from here. Okay, let's see. Something to help out. Okay, so this book. Okay. All right. So we have this right here. 5 plus 25 times 100. So with our calculator, you can get it quicker. Okay, calculator is right here. 5 divided by 25 times 100. 20. That was 20% for that group. 20%. So following that pattern, I got the rest of them. Yeah, this is 20%. I got the rest following this method. Like for this one, for B, you just do 7 over 25 times 100. So following this method, I get the rest of them at 28%. Percent. The one 36% for group O. And for group AB, which is for 16%, giving us a total of 100%. So we can, with this, you can see that group O is the largest, followed by group B. And we can interpret this by saying that according to this table, majority of the inductees belong to blood group O. Any question in what I just did? Any question? Okay. If there's no question, we can now proceed to the next one then. Next one is when we have a large data set. If we have a large data set, what do we do? Because in real life, that's what we have, large data sets. Okay? For large data set, let's look at the kind of problem we might see or we might encounter. In that case, we use what we call a pivot table to present it using Excel. I say here, a pivot table is a table, is an Excel tool that quickly summarizes, organizes, and analyzes large data sets by grouping, counting, or averaging their values. So the question says, that I'm about to solve, says, excuse me, it says here, let me make it larger. Okay, you say highlight it. Use a pivot table to present the data on train derailment shown in Excel workbook. So I'm going to open it, train derailment. I'm going to open the data and present it here so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to go train derailment. I also have that, I think I have that data for you too in the model. Okay. Okay, that's it right here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Good. You can see this data set is very large. It's very large. Unlike the one we did before. Let me show you. I'm sure you can see it now. Look at this, it's large and it's organized. See? So if you want to count this manually, it will take you a long time to complete the frequency table. So you can say the question we are solving said as follows. Using a pivot table, present the data on train derailment incidents shown in Excel workbook. And that is the Excel workbook right here. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to close this one now. Excel workbook right here. On train derailment. And see it right here. Okay. I need one. Let me share this. Okay. Oh, this is right here. Can you see this? Can you see the screen of this data set? Can you see it clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now let us work on it. It said use the pivot table. So what you do now is to first thing is to highlight all of them. Don't include this part, which this part is just the serial number. This is the data here, the cost and the count. So you can just highlight all of them. You can highlight all of them. Using your either you use your mouse, or you can use the keyboard. Control. Excuse me. Sorry. You can use the keyboard and the Control Shift and downward arrow key. It highlighted all of them. Then you can say insert. Can you see my hand on the top, guys? Hello, can you see my hand, my cursor? Where
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Say insert, choose pivot table from the table range. Okay. And then for the choose where you want the pivot table to be placed. I want it to be placed on this existing Excel workbook. So I'm going to click on this and then click here and then choose. I want to place it right here. So click on it. Then click OK. Now, you can see that it gives you this form. Now, but if you look at this side, you see that you have the cost or category and the count. I want the cost to be on the rows. So you can just click and drag it to the row right here. So you can see as you do it, it is forming now. The count will be the values because they give us the numbers here. So I can put it right here. See, it give me the table right away. You can see the and if you want to add more, you can put count again at the columns. Give you grand total on this side if you want. But these two columns giving you what you want already. And then you are done. You can see the I can copy this. I can copy this. Before I can copy, I can just put count here. See, uh, you can call it frequency if you like. Frequency. Okay. So I can just if I like, I can just copy this. Excuse me, sorry, my mistake. Undo. I can just copy this to. Excuse me. Copy this. Only this one. I can make it make it to be more clear, and then do Control C. I can copy it, and then I go to Word document where the question was asked here and paste it under it. Yeah, see? It give me the right answer right away. Let me make it to be centered. Okay, I make them bold. Okay, so you can see it tell me that the causes of this train derailment that you have 150 bad track. Let me make it have to be bigger so you can see it. See the causes. Bad track cause 50 of them, 150 of them. Equipment, faulty equipment cost 120 train derailments. Human error cost 170. Other causes 60. I can see how it did the work in just a few seconds. See? When you have all this data set. Now, this is what you do in their classwork. Classwork 2. Where I provided you the equation. Let me take you there so you can see what I'm talking about. Classwork 2. Here, this is your class right here. Classwork 2. If you go to the models, you will see it right here. But yeah, for that one, you're gonna use this data set. It's right here. The data set is here. You can watch this video first before you do the classwork 2 after you upload the Excel so I can see your work. That's how you get your credit. Now, taking you back to where we are. Any question in what I did so far? Any question? Okay, no question. Good. Excellent. Excellent. So now this one, you can try this one by yourself as a practice. We did this type already. That was the first one we did, which is this type. You can do this as a practice. Let's go to next type of the other type of questions for um, frequency distribution, for on-group frequency distribution. Look at this type. It says here that the following data sets, the following data represent number of members in 30 households selected from the inner Baltimore City area. It says construct a frequency distribution to represent this data. Find the relative frequency, explain your answer. Find the cumulative frequency, explain your answer. So this is a relatively small sample, so we can easily get it done. So let's see. It goes from 1. 1 is the smallest. The largest is 9. So I can put it right here. Let me move this down so you can see what I'm talking about. So largest is 1. Sorry, smallest is 1, largest is 9. There's no 0 on it. So I'm going to go from 1 to 9. Then frequency, 1. How many ones do we have? Only one of them. So I'm going to put 1 here. How many 2s do we have? Excuse me. 1, 2, 3 2s, right? So I'm going to put 3 right here. How many 3s do we have? 1. Only 1 3s. Okay, 1 3s. Okay. Put 1 right here. How many 4s do we have? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s. How many 5s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 5s. How many 6 do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. How many 7s do we have? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 7s. How many 8s do we have? 1, 2, 3 8s. Now, how many 9s do we have? Okay. Only 1 9 do we have. 1 9. So let's see the total. Think out to see if we are correct. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 10, 17, 23, 26, 29, 30. 30. So we are correct. 30 household. So we got the frequencies. Now let's get the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency, to get it, the first cumulative frequency is the same as the first frequency, which is 1. The second cumulative frequency, you add this first frequency to the next frequency, which is 1 plus 3, giving us 4. So you keep adding that frequency to the next to get the next, the third cumulative frequency, add the current frequency to the next, current cumulative frequency to the next frequency. So to get this one, you do 4 plus 1, give you 5. 5 plus 5, give you 10. 10 plus 7, 7 give us 17. 17 plus 6 give us 23. 23 plus 3 give us 26. 26 plus 3 give us 29. 29 plus 1 give us 30. So that's how you get cumulative frequency. Add to the next frequency. Now for relative frequency, use this formula. Frequency divided by total. The frequency divided by the total. Okay? Yeah. Now, let's do it. For the first one, we got I'm gonna make this 18. The first frequency is 1. 1 divided by 30. That means 1 divided by 30. Okay. So you got 1 divided by 30. It gets our calculator. Okay. So we got clear this 1 divided by 30 is 0.033. 0.033. So we got 0.033. 0.033, you put it right there. 0.033. Next one is 3 divided by 30. For this one, 3 divided by 30. I got 3 cumulative frequency CF equals 3 divided by 30. Okay. 3 by 30. So you have it right here. Change this to 3. Give 0.1. Okay. 0.100. So you go there and put 0.100. So next one is 1. We have it already here. So we're going to write 0.033. The next is 5. So we continue like that. CF. Oh, excuse me. And just copy it from here. Say CF. Change this to 5. 5 by 30. So we got 5 divided by 30. Change this to 5. I mean 0.167. 0.167. So you go and put it right there, 0.167. Next is 7. So 7 divided by 30. So you continue like this, keep divided by 30. So I'm going to go to the calculator. 7 divided by 30. Change it to 7. That gives me 0.233. 0.233. Okay, 0.233. And 6 by 30. Just go and change this to 6. 0.200. 0.200. Next is 3. You have 3 already. We did it already. It's 0.100. So you have 0.100. And next one is also 3. So you just, since we have it already. So 0.100. And next one is 1. We have 1 already. 0.033. Now, cumulative frequency, we need to add to 1. So we're gonna add all this, make sure it's 1. Even if it's going to be different from 1, and the difference will not be significant, maybe 0.999 or 1.001, that kind of thing. So let us add all this. Let me write them down, and then we can add it. Excuse me. I got 0.033, 0.100, 0.33, 0.167, 0.233, 0.200, 0.100. Okay. And that's 0.100, 0.003. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Let's go and add this as a check. So we're going to go to the calculator. Clear this. We have 0.033 plus 0.100 plus 0.033 plus 0.167 plus 0.233 plus 0.200 plus 0.100 plus 0.100 plus 0.033. Okay. Say 0.999, which is basically 1. So I'm going to call it 1. So 1.0, which means 100%. 1. So you can also instead of calling is a percent, relative frequency is a percentage. So instead of saying 0.033, we can say that it is 3.3%. The one that is 0.100 is 10%. So this one means 1.00 means 100%. Now, and does anybody have a question in what I just said or what I just did? Any question? Hello? Are you guys still there? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. All right. So no questions so far. Okay.
Questions.
Okay, good. So we can go to the next thing then. I've shown you so far how to do categorical frequency distribution with the first example, this one here. And I'll show you what to do when the sample size is large using the pivot table. And then I've given you another example of this type. Now we can go to grouped frequency distribution. Now, in a group frequency distribution, it is simply a way of organizing large data sets into more manageable groups. So we normally use it when we are dealing with data that covers a wide range. So here are some simple rules we use when doing a group distribution, group frequency distribution. First of all, equal size classes. So you try as much as you can to make sure that all classes in the frequency distribution must be equal in width. Class width must be equal. You avoid mutually, well, or not avoid. The class intervals have to be mutually exclusive so that they don't overlap. Include all the data values. Make sure that they are accounted for in total. Avoid empty classes. I mean, classes that doesn't have any frequency. If you try as much as possible to avoid them. Also, avoid open-ended classes. Uh, so let's look at what I mean by open-ended classes. Look at this example here. You can say less than 10. That means it doesn't say where it started. Just say less than 10. And it says 10 to 20, 20 to then come here and say 40 and above. 40 and above, you don't know how where it ends. So it's a good example of open-ended class. Okay. Another problem with this class frequency group frequency distribution is that it is it is it doesn't it is not mutually exclusive. You can see that this one said less than 10, and then he came here and said 10 to 20, and then said 20 to 30. So you see the 20 and 20 on both in two classes, they overlapped. So that is not, you don't know where to start and when to stop because they overlapped. Okay. Now, these are the following steps we follow when we try to construct group frequency distribution. First of all, we decide the number of classes to have. In some questions, you'll be told to the exact number of classes you have to use. But if you're not told, then there's a formula to use to find or to determine the number of classes that will be suitable for you. We'll do that as soon as when we start solving an example. Usually, number of classes should be between 5 and 20. Now, or if it's bigger than 20, it may be difficult to detect any pattern. Then I want next thing to do once you decide how many classes you have is to find the class width. Okay. So when you find the class width, then you can find the interval, class interval, or the class limit. Then you do the counting using a tally marks. Then, and after that, you remove the tally marks once you get your frequencies. Then if there's any other question that they ask you to find, you can now find the question, do the question. Now, one method to determine if the question didn't tell you how many classes to use, you use this formula here to determine the number of classes we use. 2 to the power k greater than or equal to n, where k is the number of classes and n is the number of data points. I will show you how this formula is used. But basically what we do, we find the lowest value of k that satisfies the rule. Now, here is the formula for finding the class width. Maximum value minus minimum value divided by number of classes. So that means before you can find a class width, you need to find number of classes you need to have. So let's start with this question here. It says, suppose you are asked, make sure. Yeah, okay. So suppose you are tasked with creating a grouped frequency distribution based on a data set containing 50 data points or samples. How will you determine the appropriate number of classes to utilize for constructing the data frequency distribution? How many classes should you use in this case, where n is 50? So you're asking, you say, how would you determine the appropriate number of classes to utilize for constructing frequency distribution? And then how many classes should you use in this case where n is 50? So n is 50 here. So all you got to do is to find how many classes to use to find k. What k is big. If to find k, just start trying, different numbers for k. If k, let's say if k, if you k is 2, then you do k because this says 2 to the power k equals to n, and n is 50. That means 2 to the power 2 should be greater than or equal to n. Let me see if I can get that symbol. greater than or equal to 50. That is 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power 2, 2 raised to the power 2 is uh is 4. 2 raised to the power 2 is 4 because 2 times 2 is 4. So this one is false. Okay? Because 2 raised to the power 2 equals 4 is not greater than 50. This is false. Then you try another number. That means 2. K cannot be 2. You try another number for K. Okay? Let's try 3. If K is 3, if K equals to 3, so let's try that one. Change this to 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 8. So it is not greater than 50, so it's false. So we keep doing that until we get one that well, the first one that is greater than 50. That is what K will be. Okay? So if K equals 4. So let's try it, see if it works. 2 to the power of 4. 2, that means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2, 16. That was 16. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, and 6, which is not greater than 50. So you can use that. Okay? And let's try K 5. If K equals 5. Okay, let's try this. Make it K to the 2 to the power 5 then. So 5. Okay, 2 to the power 5. That one I'm gonna need calculator. So it says here 2 raised to the power 5. I mean 32. 32. 32, which is still false. So now if K is 6, then let's try. I think 6 will work. If K is 6, we try this to the power 6, 2 to the power 6. So in that case, make it 2 to the power 6, 64. That is the one you need. 64. 64. And that is true. This one is true. The question was asking you to find how many classes should you use. Okay. So that means K is 6 is the one that's so the number of classes should be 6. There should be 6 classes. Okay, that's how you determine it. That's how you do it. How to figure out how many classes to use. If the question didn't give you the exact class to use, you can use this method to figure out the classes, how many classes to use. Any question on this? Any question, guys? Okay. No question. So now let's do a full example. This example says, the following sample data lists the prices in dollars of 30 portable GPS navigators. Construct a frequency distribution using this data set. And then after that, find the following. Say find the midpoint, relative frequencies for each class, relative frequency for each class, and then the class boundaries. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do this one, and then I will also show you how you can get it using Excel. Okay, let's try it. First thing is to get our table of values where we can put these numbers. I mean, sorry, to determine how many classes we will need. What it says here, construct a frequency distribution using these data sets. So there are many of them. 30 portable, the prices of 30 portable GPS navigators. Okay. So it's a construct a frequency distribution using this. Let's find the number of classes. I'm gonna use there are 30 of them. So I won't start from 2. Let me start from 3 to check. If n uh, if n is if k equals 3, then I will try this 2 to the power 3. We'll see if it's greater than is 30. If it's greater than 30. 2 to the power 3 means 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. So it's not 3 doesn't work. So let us try and I'll make this into the 20. I better make it better. Let us try care 4. If care yeah, equals 4, let's try this one. To the power 4. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16. 16. So it's 16 or 16. So 4 doesn't work. So let us try 5. If care equals 5, then we'll have 2 to the power 5 in 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, 16 times 2 is 32, which is up to 30, which is, sorry, 32 right here, which is greater than or equal to 30. So this is the correct one. So this is true. So that means we're going to use 5 classes. We will use 5 classes. We need 5 classes. So we can now begin to construct our frequency distribution. We need 5 classes. Next thing we need to get is a class width. Class width equals maximum minus minimum divided by the number of classes. We have determined that we need 5 classes. So let us find the class width. It's a maximum minus minimum. If you look at our data set, the largest number there, the one is the biggest, is 450. Am I right or wrong, guys? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Are you
Yep.
guys? Yeah. What's the biggest number here is 450. And then the smallest is 59, I believe. Yeah, yep, 59. So it's gonna be 450 minus 50, 450 minus 59 to find the class width. We're gonna do 450 minus 59 divided by number of classes. Number of classes is 5 classes, which is 5 for here. 5 classes. That give us okay, we're gonna get it from the calculator. I have 450 minus 59 divided by number of classes, which is 5 classes. 78.2. 78.2. 78.2. So you go to the next. If you get a decimal number like this, you go to the next whole number, which is 79. So our class width is 79. With this, we are ready to go. 5 classes and 79 class width. Now we can now put our data set. We can now have our table here. No, this is what we have. So it says construct the frequency distribution. Now, since you're going to answer, they want us to get the midpoint at the same time, and also to get relative frequency and cumulative frequency of each class, and then class boundaries. Let us put everything in one table. So we're gonna make this kind of table. Gonna make a sat. I need a table like we have like 5 columns. Okay. If I need more column, I can put it right there. Okay. Table with 5 columns. I can make it bigger so that. So we need a class interval. Interval. They want us to find class boundary. So I'm going to put class boundary here. Class boundary. Okay. And they want you need frequency. So frequency, because they are doing a frequency distribution. Frequency. I'm going to use F for that. F. Then cumulative frequency is CF. Cumulative frequency. Frequency. Then they also want, I'll call it CF from now on, CF. They also want relative frequency. Frequency. So I'll be using arrow for it from now on. Okay. So the if you look at our data set, the smallest is 59. So we start from there. 59, I'm going to write 59 here. 59. And they want class size of five classes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more column, one more row, I mean to say. So now, so we this is the class width right here. So we keep adding 79 to it because it's the class width. 59 plus 79. So you have 59 plus 79. We're going to give from calculator. Okay. 59 plus 79. 138. So I'm going to put 138 right there. 138. The next one is plus 79. Okay. Plus 79. 217. So I put 217 right there. 217. So you keep adding 79, which is the class width. Yeah. Yeah, plus 79 until you reach the 5th class. Yeah. 296. 296. Okay. 296. Okay, plus 79. Plus 79. Give me 375. 375. 375. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since we are having 5 classes, you're gonna stop at that. If I put total right here, put total right there. Now you're gonna put dash. Remember, this is not minus. This is dash, just dash. Okay. How many Smiths do we have here? All right. I'll put this stuff is here just now. So now we have dashes here. Okay. Now, this one is 59. This one is 138. So you got to get 137 before you get 138. So here will be 137. So now you can start adding the class width. Again, the class width is 79. So you have 137 plus 79. So we got 137 plus 79. Oh, plus 79. 79. Give me 216. 216. Okay, plus 79. You're gonna get 295 plus 79. You're gonna get 374, I believe. Then 374. Then this one, if you add 79 to this one, 374 plus 79, 374. Okay. 374 plus 79. Okay, 253. 253. Okay. I'm sorry, 453. Now 453. 453. So, and the largest there, if you look at the largest there, it is 450. So this accommodated all of them. So 453. So now with this, we can now start counting. Counting the frequencies. Okay. Now let us begin. Before we do that, let me make sure that there's no mistake in what we did. 59, the smallest number there. And there are 30 of them. So that means get 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 6 times 2, 32. Okay. 5 classes. Okay. 29. Okay, we have this. 375. So 79. That's 8.2. I think we're good. I think we are good. 79. Added 79 all of them. So just one double check. 374 plus 79. 374. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, let us count the frequencies now. Okay. So you have 90. Where does 90 belong to? See, let me see if I can highlight it. 90. 90 belong to this group. Well, let me put it this way. I think I need a tally. Let me put a tally first. Let me remove one of this. So you can have space for tally. Okay, let me put tally here. Okay, insert a column. Okay, I'm gonna insert it right here anyway. I'm gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna insert a column here. I'm gonna insert it here. Yep. Okay. So we can have room for this. Call this frequency. Maybe just call it F. This is frequency, just F is frequency enough. So I want to have enough room for tally. After we can put other columns. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have enough room. All right, let's begin. 90 belong to this group. So I'm gonna put a tally right there. Okay. Now, counting. This is tally. Okay, let's start continue counting. Okay. Next one will be 275. I'm gonna highlight it. 275 belong to this group. It belong here. The tally. Next one will be 220. 220 belongs to this group. Yep, it belongs to this one as well. So now let's keep on until we finish all of them. Okay, 130. 130 belong to what group? Belong to this group. Yeah. Next will be 270. 270 belong to what group? You're gonna be here as well. 270. Next will be 100. What group does 100 belong to? 100 belongs to this group. So 400. 400 belong to what group? Belong to this one. 150. 150 belong to this one here. Okay. Next is 200. 200 belong to which group? This one here. Another 200. Belong to what group? This one. So we continue until we get all of them. 130. 130 belong to this group. We got 400. And that 400 belong to what group? This one. Okay. I have 350. What group does 350 belong to? This one here. Okay. We got 59. 59 belong to the first group. There's no question about it, no doubt about it. Since 4, okay, 5. Okay. Now, next will be 200. Okay, we got 207, 200, and we got 70. We got 70. So let's do 200 first. 200 belong to this one. 70 belong to the first one, but so if we have already counted 5, we're gonna give gap. Okay. So have to 17. Then 200 and 250. Say 200, let me say 200 and 250. Let's do 200 first. 200 belong to this group, and 250 belong to this one. Okay. 325 and 160. 325, 160. Look at 325. 325 belong to this one. 150 belong to this one. This one already counted 5, so we're gonna give gap. Yep. We're gonna have 95 and 250. 95 and 250. 95 and 250. 95 will be under this one, okay? 250 will be under this one here. Okay. Next will be 450 and 180. 450, 180. So 450 will be right here. 180 will be around here. Okay. We're almost done. 150 and 300. 150 and 300. Okay, 150, 300. So you got 150 will be right here, and 300 will be here. Sorry, not this one, right here. 300. Okay. Then we have 170, 250. 170 and 250. So you got 170 right here. That'll be right here. 250. 250 should be right here. It's 5 already, so you're going to make a gap. Okay. Then 130 and 150. 130, 150. So you have 130 and 150. Okay. So both of them are 130 will be here, 150 will be here. So now with this, we got all of them. We can now do the counting. This one is 5, 6, 7, 8 to get the frequencies. 8. This one is how many? 5 here and 5. This is 10. Okay. This is 5, 6, 6. Okay, we have 3 and 3. So this gives us 18, 18, 24, 27, 30. So we got all the frequencies. Now that we got the frequency, this is now the frequency. Remember the question says to construct a frequency distribution. It's a construct a frequency distribution for this data set. See? Or using this data set. This is it right here. This is the frequency distribution. You answer that part. You have it. Now it says again, after constructing the frequency distribution, find the following. Find the midpoint, relative frequency, class boundary, sorry, cumulative frequency for each class, then class boundary. So to do that, you can just copy this, okay? Paste it right here. And then we can you can call it A to D. Can call it move it to the next page so you can see what I'm doing. A through D. Okay, that's that section. So to do that, I'm gonna remove this tally. I'm gonna call it frequency. Okay, frequency. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all this since I have it already. Okay. Yeah. 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 So I'm gonna adjust this so you can do it. 8, 10, 6, 3, 3, 30. So in this one, I'm gonna call this one cumulative frequency, CF. So I'm gonna close this. Okay, remove all this. What else do they want us to find? They say find a midpoint, one midpoint too, and cumulative frequency class boundaries. Okay, midpoint. They want the relative frequency as well. RF. Okay, RF. RF. Okay. So I'm gonna put midpoint here. I'm gonna add midpoint. A column for midpoint. I'll add it right here. Okay. So you have midpoint. No, I want so let me see. I want to make sure I have this in the right way. Give me 1 minute. Let me fix this problem now. A little problem I want to fix. Okay, let me add the table. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. Why can't you just enter here? Got it. Got it. So I can just so I can put the midpoint right there. Midpoint, midpoint. Frequency, cumulative frequency. Then this one will be relative frequency, RF. Okay. Now for the midpoint, I have a formula for it. I think I have it right. It's right here. I'm gonna copy it and paste it below it so you can we'll be looking at it as we do it. Midpoint is lower interval plus upper interval divided by 2. But before we can do that, we need to get the class boundary. Then we can get the midpoint. The boundary number, to find the class boundary, we need to find the boundary number. So I'm going to copy this. Okay. And paste it even before the midpoint. Boundary numbers, it says, excuse me, lower class limit of the second class minus upper class limit of the first class divided by 2. Let's do it. Okay, so you can get the boundary number. So lower class limit, this is the second class right here. Lower class limit of that class is 138. So that 138. Then upper class limit of the first class, this is the first class right here. This is the upper class limit, the upper class limit, which is 137 divided by 2. So that gives us 138, 138, and also 137 divided by 2, give me 0.5. 0.5 is the boundary number that we use, see? 0.5, 0.5. So to get the class boundary for the on this side, you subtract 0.5. To get the boundary for the upper side, you add 0.5. So 59 minus 0.5 give us 58.5. 138 minus 0.5 give us 137.5. And so on and so forth. Get the rest of them. 216.5. 295.5. 374.5. Then put your dashes. Put all your dashes. Okay. Yeah. Now to get the upper here for the upper boundary, for this first class, add 0.5, give you 137.5. This one will be 216 plus 0.5, give us 216.5. Okay. 295.5. Okay. 374.5. 453.5. So now that's the boundary right here. You can see that here is 59 to 137, and the next one is 138. So you can see that there's a little gap of 1 point. But here the gap is closed. There's no gap anymore. As we call it, that's why they call it class boundary. Um, any questions so far, guys? Any question? Yeah, no question. Good. Now for the midpoint, now this is when we you bring this up. Okay. For midpoint, you do lower plus upper divided by 2. That means lower in class interval plus upper class interval divided by 2. Or you can just do lower class boundary plus upper class boundary divided by 2. So for the first one, it can be 59 plus, oh, excuse me, plus 137 divided by 2. Okay, let me write this down. Okay. 59 plus 137 divided by 2. So we got 59 59 plus 137 divided by 2, 98. 98. So we have 98 right there. 98. So I'm going to put right here, 98. Now, the good thing about this is you can follow this method all through. Or once you get the first one, you can start, instead of going through the formula again, you can just start adding the midpoint. Remember that our midpoint, sorry, you start adding the class width, not midpoint, class width. Remember that our class width is 79. So either we keep using this formula to get each of the midpoint, or we just start adding 79 to this. So to get the rest of them. So 98, okay, 98 plus 79 give me 177 for the second one. 177, then plus 90 plus 79, okay, plus 79, 256. 256. Okay, then plus 79, plus 79, 335, 335, then plus 79, plus 79, give me 414, 414. So now we have answered, we answered 2 sections so far. 3. Actually, we have gotten the frequency distribution. Now we have answered the midpoint, and we got the boundaries. So element 2 things, relative frequency and cumulative frequencies. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's do relative frequency and cumulative frequencies. Let's look at relative frequency. Okay. Relative frequency simply means frequency divided by. Oh, let's get cumulative frequency first. Remember, as in the example we did before, I showed that in the cumulative frequency, you just keep adding. So the first cumulative frequency is the same as the first frequency, which is 8. You keep adding numbers. 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 3 is 27. 27 plus 3 is 30. Here you go, that's it. That's the cumulative frequency right there. For the relative frequency, you divide each frequency with the total. For example, the first frequency is 8. 8 divided by 30 will give you the first relative frequency. To 8 divided by 30, you can say, go to the calculator and say 8 divided by 30. Give a 0.267, 0.267. Yeah, 0.267. 0.267. Then 10 divided by 30. Let's try that. Okay. I'm gonna make it change this to 10.333. Okay. 0 point. The next one is 6. 6 by 30. Okay. 6 divided by 30. 6 divided by 30. 0.200. Okay. 0.200. This one is 3 divided by 30. Okay. Change this to 3. 0.111. 0.100. Okay. 0 point. And this one is 0 point. Because it's also 3.100. Let us add this, see what it gives us. At least if you have a mistake, it will show on this one. 0.333, 0.200, 0.100, 0.100. Okay. Let us go and check this. Okay. 0.267 plus 0.333. Okay. Plus 0.200 plus 0.100 plus 0.100. See, 1, exactly 1. So we are good. 1.000. Any query on this? Any question? Any question? So no question. This thing we just did. Now, this one you can try this as a practice at home, just for your practice. The rest of them as a practice. Let me show you how you can do this with Excel. Just the frequency distribution with Excel. Like this one. So the first thing is to put the data in Excel. It's a construct a frequency distribution using data set. Put in Excel. I have an Excel spreadsheet where I think I have it, where I put the data set already. Let me see if I can have it right here. Is it this one? No, yeah, this should be right here. I have it right here. See? GPS price, I believe. Okay. Uh, okay, look at the GPS prices here. Okay, right here. Right here. That's it. That's it right there. So, I have this data set. The same data set I use, this the same one that you have here. See, the same one. I have it here in this spreadsheet right here. So to use this, to use Excel to construct a frequency distribution for this, what you gotta do is just click on it, this, and then click on data. I'm gonna move my this side. Data, click on data. Okay, then data analysis. Excuse me, sorry, my mistake. Let me put it in a new spreadsheet because this one is correct. There's another data set here. So I'm gonna copy this and then put it in a new workbook. Okay. A new workbook. Yep, I'm gonna add it right here. And I'll make it bigger. Make it 16. Good. That's excellent. So you can see how it's spread. Okay. Now we can now use this. We can use this. Yep, you can use this. So you got data, click on data analysis. Choose well, I'm gonna choose histogram, but I'm not gonna draw the histogram. Just choose this, and then oh, sorry, we need to get the bin range. So this one is for histogram, so don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. If you want to construct frequency distribution with this, we can do that, but it's when we are doing a histogram. So don't worry about it. I don't want this to confuse you. Um, and any question before we round up for today? Any question? Hello, guys. Can you have any question for me? Hello, are you still there? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, this is I have done several examples for you today, and now I'm going to give you a classwork. It's due already as a matter of fact.
Hello, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes,
You say you put all the class recordings where on Canvas?
I didn't say I put all the records here. I see last week you requested for it. I said I'm going to put it in the announce. I put the last week one in the announcement. If
So
you
if I
want to
join
have,
late today, I can't rewatch the class.
you mean for today?
Yeah, if I came in a little late, I can't rewatch the first part.
Oh, of course you can. I'm gonna put it in YouTube. Once you go to YouTube, type my name, Joseph Orji, to bring it up.
Where is it? Where's that gonna be on Canvas?
Announcement.
All right, thank you.
But you can also get it at YouTube. Type my name, it will pop out there. All right, here the classwork here are for you guys. You watch the video here, and the example here for you, and then use this is your data set, and you can access it from here. Models, and this is the classwork right here. Click on it, you bring it up, watch the video, do your own, upload it. Deadline is tomorrow. And if you don't have any question, and I will see you next week. You have a nice day.
You too.
Mm. Okay. Okay.